Hello, baby boos. I am so sorry I'm late. Your girl's always kind of like 5 minutes late. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, a tiny bit, but it's happening. I'm here. And I wanted to give you why I'm late. I'll give you my reason. I wanted to give you a little diff flav, but a diff flav happened last min, which is this setup. And I couldn't quite get my bearings right, which is basically you at the right level and somewhat of a moment where we discuss what season is it? Because it's my favorite season. And, here's the thing, I just really love spring. I really wanted to give you all the spring colors, really wanted to like give you some, florals, some pastels, just like if she had a garden party, really wanted to make sure you knew what my favorite season is: spring. Anyway, I'm so happy to see people here. Charlene, yes. Oh yeah, different picture. Ha ha ha. Digital penetration was here. People are coming in. Please like this video. I hope that you're having a good Friday so far. So this is my pop culture recap where we talk about things that are topics of the week that I'm interested in. This one's going to be short. Not a lot of in crazy topics, but I'm going to go in depth on some. So, again, very important things happening in the world today. Very important in America. Kyle was, found not guilty, and that's an important topic. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, there's a lot. I feel like I wonder why his mom wasn't. I don't understand enough about law. Like, why wasn't his mom also on trial? Just because her 17-year-old had access to a gun and was just going to run out and like join a mafia, like a militia. Like, is there something? But I don't know enough about like the legal situation. We all have different, I guess, thoughts in America about that. I feel like mine are pretty obvious. I think that it was very obvious that he was going to be not guilty throughout the whole trial. So I just hope that, like, I don't know what's going to happen around in that area. So that's the intense things happening in the world. And that's not the kind of situation I can feel like I can talk about with any sort of opinionation that is educated. So I'm just not going to. That's just me. And I'll talk about the things I want to talk about, which is basically one of the Princess of Monaco and like the Prince of Monaco, Grace Kelly's son, they're basically like having a full-on crazy PR crisis in the Diana regions, and I feel like we don't talk about it. Like, I'm not saying we should be obsessed with royals anyway, but for instance, to me, like the Meghan Markle and situation of like how that royal family is playing out is like, okay, whatever. Like, they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. Like, I get why they would move to America. They have a lot more opportunities here than just being like third tier people in Britain, so that's whatever. But this is the more juicy situation. Oh yeah, I'm totally wearing a mask too. Just a little different flav. Okay, so I am talking about the Monaco royalty. And I'm trying to bring up all of this digging I did in a separate tab. There it is. Okay. It's like a crazy situation. This is Prince Albert and Princess Charlene. And now Prince Albert, which is like LOL, obviously a sexual term, is Grace Kelly's son with the Prince of Monaco or the King of Monaco. And he has been like absolutely besotted with like different fraternity suits over the years. He's like basically like Nick Cannon. But I mean, or you know what I'm saying? He's just like spreading that, I'm over here. He's spreading that seed all over the place, like in a really reckless way in which it's like women have to come after him for money and fraternity suits. And he's like a royal and he's a man. He knows what he put his peenie into raw. You know what I'm saying? So like, what is your problem? So anyway, This, I didn't understand this story until recently. There is, I have to come over here to get this pulled up. There is a Vanity Fair article that I read called Runaway Princess Bride. And it details their courtship in the days leading before she was supposed to get married. Basically, it's this. So he like doesn't have a legitimate heir, even though he's obviously putting his peenie in women all the time, and it's working. So I don't understand what's happening. Why he's just such a dirty dick dog that he can't just like find someone, I guess, enough to marry, but that wants to marry him anyway. So he is 5 years courting this woman who is not royal, but she is a South African Olympian swimmer who also just happens to like give us like Naomi Watts with like, you know, a blunt bang or whatever. And 5 years they're dating, and they realized that he had been like impregnating another woman while that dating situation was happening. About 3 days before their wedding, or 5 days before their wedding, another paternity suit comes out, and she gets pissed and she wants to not marry him. But like, he's a royal, there's all this money behind it or whatever. She tries to leave Monaco like 3 times, like tries to escape. And then basically she gets to like Nice, France, and her passport is kind of taken away so she can like they can like negotiate with her, and she ends up coming back to Monaco and like having a 3-day wedding. It's like $55 million, honey, and she's crying throughout almost all of the like ceremony and pictures. Okay, here's the thing. That rang true to me. So this is like a whole situation. This is like a lot of truth, but I'll just tell you. Okay, my dad got remarried, right? My dad got remarried after my mom or whatever, and this woman, okay, I'm not gonna like say her name, God bless. And she has daughters, okay? And the daughters and I were at the wedding, right? We were in fact the bridesmaids. Okay, it was just like a second wedding for both parents, you know, whatever. So during the wedding, those girls cried so much during the wedding that it was like horrible and awkward. It was just like, oh my God, like what's wrong with you? Also, how incredibly disrespectful towards your mom, you know, like our parents had dated like a long time. We had been in like holidays together. It wasn't a surprise that they were going to get married. And also like, if I were them, I had more reason to cry. But it was crazy. So there's just never any good boding for the type of crying that we know that she did at the wedding, and that these whatever like evil stepsisters, no, they were not evil, but like stepsisters in this time seemed like an evil moment for me, because I was like, this is horrible. Why am I doing this? And I wanted to like grab my dad and run off the altar and be like, don't do it. Look at them. I don't think they want to make, you know, whatever. Just God bless. Truly, there's red flags in every moment. So they divorced, obviously. Was that clear? They divorced later. That's why I can talk about this. So anyway, she, God bless, like later on in life, like she supposedly had to get married to him to produce an heir or whatever. They produced like 2 twins, you know, like, and she didn't want to, and like, by the way, their honeymoon was spent like in different hotels. So but God bless those twins. Like they were made, you know what I'm saying, in some sort of way. And I love you guys. Oh, you guys are talking about it. Oh yeah, Ramsterdam. Of course you'd have a lot to say about this. Just because, you know, like you're living in that Europe, honey. So she does produce those heirs, and you know, she is gorgeous, and she's like, but she's like over it. She's like, I look like that. I look like this. I want out in a very Diana way. I'm gonna cut the hell out of my hair. I look like this now. I look like this. She doesn't give an F. She's like, I want out of here. So then, honey, what ends up happening is she goes back to South Africa like early in the year, and then she has like a sinus infection and various medical issues due to like a skin graft, honey. She has to like go through different things. She stays in South Africa for like 6 months. She has 2 kids in Monaco. Now she's back in Monaco. She got back, and no, she got back, and she's supposed to go to like her first huge ass activity, like, you know, Monaco's like public day, you know, these are like the royals. And she 3 days before like bows out, and now she's in a rehab for extreme exhaustion is what they say. And he released a statement, okay? And the statement sounds just the craziest. I'm going to read it to you. The decision to seek medical care just days after her return to Monaco was made jointly by the couple, assisted by Charlene's brothers. In an exclusive interview, Monaco's sovereign prince tells People the 43-year-old princess has suffered profound exhaustion, both emotional and physical. Dismissing a variety of rumors, he says her recovery will require clinical care lasting several weeks at minimum. And then directly, this is his quote: because I know there are rumors out there, let me say this is not COVID and it's not cancer related. It's not a personal relationship issue. And if you want to discuss another speculation, it isn't related to plastic surgery or facial work at all. I'm probably going to say this several times, but this has nothing to do with our relationship. I want to make that very clear. These are not problems within our relationship, not with the relationship between a husband and wife. It's of a different nature. Wow, I protest a lot. But I do think that there's a lot of things happening. She doesn't probably wants to get the hell out. I don't know why she can't get out. I don't know if it's like 10 years. I don't understand what she has to like do. I feel so bad for her. She obviously wants out. This feels like Britney in a certain way, or just like Diana, like, let's save her. I don't like it. Those eyebrows feel like, and I mean this so bad, it's just like those are also, and I'm not trying to be mean, but if I were just being honest, like we got to go save this woman, honey. This is not good for her. I don't think it's right. I just think that he's painting a light. That statement makes it feel like it's some sort of either mental issue with her and or health issue and or eating disorder or some sort of, you know what I'm saying? There's some sort of unspeakable health issue. And I just don't even know. I just don't even know. Yeah, she went full on Britney with her hair. Okay, half Britney. Yeah, literally half Britney. So, that is that's a whole situation. So we did free Britney. This woman has to be freed. This woman, I feel like, looks like she has to be freed. I don't know. What are you talking about? So I'm talking about the Prince and Princess of Monaco. She's been gone for pretty much the whole for the past year. And now she's back and she won't make a public appearance. And he's citing that she's just extremely exhausted, just so tired. She has to go to rehab for it, or rehab situation. It's just shady. God, it's a really interesting haircut, isn't it? I think this woman I think this woman does need some help, and I hope that she's getting it, and I hope that if she's not happy that she's getting out, that she gets happy. Okay, so these wozies, moving down the line, we have a whole agenda. Okay, get that out of my way. Where's my doc? Okay, another hilarious thing happened talking about Britney, and it's a nice segue, is Sam Ashgari, who is her betrothed, as we all know, had a New York Times article come out. And the article is written in a way that denotes a certain amount of distance between an authentic person and what looks like a person incredibly private, putting up a smoke screen and surrounded by some crazy characters. As Britney's fans, Sam is someone that we're like, okay, he's hot, he's younger than her, he's Persian, he met her in the video, honey, he seems to be around it, what's happening there. I can understand Britney wanting to be with a younger man because I think that she would relate to a younger man. I don't know if she's going to be with ever for a younger man. I think that she's, going to like really be able to like do some growth and evolution coming soon. I hope that it's really in a positive way. But anyway, going back to this New York Times article, Sam has done like some acting work or whatever, but like, we know him because of Britney. Like, there's no reason why we wouldn't know him if it wasn't like truly Britney, of course, come on. So the New York Times reach out to him to do this piece, and they do it, and he brings along these like cast of characters, and this article is written in such a way that the author, really lets the audience know what she had to contend with. And it was hard. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for her. At one point, she is talking to him and she's like, "What do you do for work?" He's like, "I'm a plumber." And then like his makeup artist / image brand person walks in. She describes this man walking in a billion times, like throughout the interview, does this, does that. Oh my God, I feel like did I take a screenshot of it? I hope I did. This would have been great of this part. I took other screenshots of the article, and this is who I'm talking about. So Sam has this person working for him. Oh no, it's not here. Oh wait, it could be in Instagram. And he is a makeup artist that he has met or whatever. And then just like on this New York Times interview, like really pretended he was like someone who found him and got him representation, which sounds interesting. It's like, are you a manager? Like, I don't understand. If you're a manager, you do this and this and this, you get a percentage. Are you not a manager? Are you just like his friend that just is around all the time? That's kind of weird too. It doesn't seem like you need to have a friend that's around all the time. God darn, I'm really upset that I can't find the exact article. What she says. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to look it up for you. Oh, no, no. Yes, short reader view. Side note is, and I hate to say this, if you ever need to read an article and it's a national newspaper and it's like you can't because of the article limit, usually if you push the reader view, you can, which is important. So here's the thing. The New York Times article obviously talks about Britney, okay? Like, because that's how we know him. We would know who this person is or whatever. And so they point out who he is in such a way so that in the context of that we wouldn't know, and Sam wouldn't like that, okay? In this article, every time that Sam is asked anything, he's just like, "Oh, everything's great. Oh, I moved here and around. It was really easy. I never really had any problems." He's just like, obviously, yes, rightfully shouldn't. There's barriers up, and the New York Times knows that. He talks about being a stunt actor, but like that's not necessarily anything we can like point at as having done. Oh no, I'm trying to find this one part that's really hilarious to talk about who Maxie is. Give me a second. That's it? No. He's sort of, the whole time, they're kind of like pointing out some different things that make it seem like all Sam's life is smoke and mirrors and not really built upon any like sustainable work. This is my favorite part of the article. If Mr. Ashgari is the heart of Sam Ashgari's business, and they talk about his like personal training business and what he's doing, and it seems to be just sort of like cookie cutter, like not a lot of foresight in like his meal plans and like what he's actually been given to the people that are paying for him. Maxie and Mr. Cohen's another guy there, but Maxie's the person to talk about, are the palpitations. Maxie interrupted Mr. Ashgari's interview to compliment how it was going, to grab a bagel he had left behind, to suggest answers to various questions to Mr. Ashgari, some of which Mr. Ashgari disagreed with, to eat the bagel, to announce 15 minutes into the interview that there were 10 minutes left. parentheses, there were 45 minutes left, parentheses, to request that Mr. Ashgari change back into a pair of jeans he had asked him to change out of, to express gratitude for all that the interview was revealing to him about Mr. Ashgari, to declare, while painting gentle curves of green emollient onto Mr. Ashgari's face, he doesn't need makeup, to advise that the article that would result from the interview be titled "Starring in the Mel Gibson Movie," because that's one thing that he's doing is in a movie. Mr. Ashgari, parentheses, is currently filming a movie with Mr. Gibson, to stand before Mr. Ashgari, and while Mr. Ashgari was in the middle of a sentence, dab at his lips with a baby fat pink rose gold glitter hydrogel under eye mask, to jump in with quick comments and then say delete, delete, delete. Mr. Ashgari appeared habituated to sudden disturbances. I mean, it's a really great article. Okay, so Sam didn't like that. Maxie goes crazy. He ends up putting up a picture of the article's author, honey. And just like, here's what the article looks like. She's in like trying to say, I don't know. First of all, she looks super cute. I love this outfit. She refused to leave a room when he was changing. Why is he changing during an hour interview? But I don't know. And then like I had to put up an underwear rack, and then like she looked at him, and then like he could sue her for sexual harassment, like all of this crazy ass shit. I mean, it's like messy. And, then says, releases one of the email addresses that's blocked out here. And then it's basically like, we were promised that the New York Times wouldn't ask about Britney and see what they did or whatever. And it's like, all right, okay, but come on, also like what's happening there. Personal trainer never fills me with an ambitious guy who has ducks in a row. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. There are really great personal trainers, but it's like very obvious upon the content and like if you look at their businesses, how much of their like heart and soul they're putting into. And I hate to say this, and this is just whatever. I'm also like, men as personal trainers, I think easily fall back on just being like built and then saying they can do anything, so they're already working out. Like women personal trainers usually, I think, are a little more researched, knowledgeable, in my opinion. Okay, so one beautiful part of this interview, let's also say it, and this is like just a writing piece. This is what the author, I'll put this up back again, Katie said. In regards to Sam's like ability to answer questions and his Maxie's repeated interview disruptions, she said, he retrieved the path of his thoughts as nonchalantly as a storm-blown songbird recovers in its migratory route to the tropics. I mean, honey, that's a writer. That is a writer, like God bless. So in other music news, Adele having like the time of her life, honey, she released her album 30. There are some beautiful songs on it. On my Instagram, on her Instagram, she had posted a live just version of her singing a song called To Be Loved, which is gorgeous, and I had to repost it. But I just also listened to Women Like Me. That's amazing. Easy on Me was the first song she came out with, but she had her special, and Oprah was there, and they had a couple that like live proposed, and Adele is just so real and authentic and funny and lovely, and she looks gorgeous. It's just like good for her. I feel like she's like standing in her power in such a way. It's so amazing to see. Like so into Adele. And obviously the album is great, and it's like streaming everywhere, and you really obviously can just like listen by a fire, in your favorite spring regalia, and cry your eyes out all weekend long. Oh, this is so nice. I also have a Fraser Fir candle blowing. Well, lit, and the wafting smell is blowing over here. Also, one part of the Adele album is a beautiful voice note that she does to her son. talking about the dissolution of her marriage to the baby's father. You know, it's lovely. It's sad. That's what we want, though, I guess, right? Lovely and sad. But one hilarious part happened here. So Oprah, right, is there. And Oprah, my loves, posted on her own Twitter a video of her singing along to Adele. And it's very obvious she doesn't know the words. And it's like very obvious when she knows the words and when she doesn't know the words. And it made me LOL for days. So we're just going to watch it together. By the way, if you haven't yet, please thumbs up this video. You know, I love you guys so much. Okay, it's always going to be like 9 years for me to get something right. Let me do that. Why can't I hear anything? Can you hear things? Maybe I can hear things. Oh, I wonder if I can't hear things. Tell me if you can hear this. Is this just me? This is why I need my own show. I don't think you can because I can't hear it. Well, here's the thing. Until I have my own show, will I be able to do all of the stuff I want to do? No, I know you can't hear it. It's so sad. I don't know how I can make you hear it. I don't know. No. Okay, well, this video's not going to make sense to anyone. Basically, she's like, she's singing to hello. Adele is singing hello, and Oprah is just like, hello. You know, you're just like, no, you know, I know anyway. Ugh, how sad. No, but I heard it yesterday. Anyway, it's a funny moment. Okay, moving on. Technical difficulties. Moving on to 2 shows are coming out. One's come out and one's coming out, and they're on the agenda. So one is Tiger King 2 came out on Netflix. Have you seen it? Have you, do you matter? Does that matter to you? I mean, does it, you matter, but does it matter to you? Does it matter in your list? Are you excited? Are you feeling like that all happened, but I really want to revisit that? Is it just because it just seemed really toxic? Okay, so I guess to me, it's like it seemed really toxic. And it seemed like this weird trauma porn of being in a pandemic together and then watching this thing together. And I feel like I've evolved since then. I don't know if I necessarily need to go back to Tiger King. He didn't seem great. None of the cast seemed great. People have died since then. You know, it's like, do I want to even watch the narratization of that? Like when they, have actors play the part? I don't know necessarily. Maybe. I'll tell you what I'm super into and I just can't wait for. Okay. And this is crazy. Pam and Tommy. Hi. I'm coming over here. Also, if we're talking about movies, we'll talk about that later. I'm really into 2 more I'll talk about. But this is like, the Lily James situation. She looks just like Pamela. It's bananas. Talk about eyebrows, honey. I mean, same director as iRobot, which in some of the styling and some of the video that speaks to me, which is, I think, interesting. I liked I, Tonya. So I think I'm going to like this a lot. I'll tell you right now. I kept seeing breakdowns for this. I would have died to be in the show. Oh my God, I wanted to be in this so bad. It looks so good. I mean, it looks juicy. And also relevant to what's happening right now. I mean, I'm into it. Are you guys into this? Look at this. Seth Rogen's in it. And Seth Rogen also looks crazy different. Did I say iRobot? Gabby, no. I, Tanya. No. Oh my God. I'm dead. Okay. But this is a good part. I want to watch it. I read Pam did not approve, but Tommy was all for it. Interesting. It would make me sad that they wouldn't get Pam's executive production approval. I wish this would be hot as hell if Pam was involved. If she was executive producer and wanting to tell this story in just a way. Ha ha ha, just the first time I said iRobot. No, I, Tanya. So anyway, the other movies on the agenda. Oh wait, the other things I want to. Hi, I'm taking this away. The other things I'm interested in seeing, which I don't have pictures of for right now, but are the Ricardos movie with Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem. Looks crazy. And House of Gucci. Lady Gaga's been all over the place, honey. She it's just been she's made the whole world her personal runway for this movie. She wants that Oscar, Kristen Stewart wants that Oscar for Diana, even though she's I don't give an F. Both of these women are just everywhere. The PR campaigns for them, it's yes, you do. Someone does for you or whatever. I don't think Kristen Stewart is a good actress at all. At all. And Lady Gaga, I didn't see the movie with Bradley Cooper. I just watched a little bit of her in this mask really has to come off. American Horror Story. So I would be interested in giving her another go and being okay, if you want it for House of Gucci, I'll see and I'll make a decision then. But I have heard back and forth about her accent. She spent so much time trying to do this accent. She's Italian. She's literally Italian. Her real name is Stephanie. You think I would know this? It's not because I'm not a Lady Gaga stan. It's Gerard. I mean, it's not Girardi, but it's Gima Babadi. It's Italian. Okay, she's Italian. But from some of the articles I've read and some of the previews I've seen, her accent's sort of Russian-y. Now, am I the biggest knowledgeable person about Italy? No. Are there Italian parts that sound Russian? I didn't know that. You tell me. Now, I'm going to tell you that my Russian sounds Arabic because even though I don't speak Arabic, I'm 100% Lebanese Syrian, and so Arabic is some sort of language I've heard for a long time, and older relatives, had accents, right? So I'm not saying I'm perfect, but if I was going to be in a movie where I had to speak in an Arabic accent, your girl would do night and day work so that it would sound really good. I want to hear what you guys said. I noticed I threw a bunch of shows at you. So, okay. So Angelica said, Nicole needs someone to vet her roles better because baby, that hair and makeup on Nicole for the Ricardos. Yeah, it's an interesting choice for Javier though. Absolutely. I don't know. But here's the thing. I think that they were trying to make her eyes look way more circular than she is. Nicole Kidman has almond-shaped eyes, and Lucy had huge eyes, and I think that that's Deborah Messing has round eyes. I think a lot of people were that's Deborah Messing's role, and they went back and forth, right? Not Nicole and Deborah, but Deborah and other people being I would have liked it. It's Aaron Sorkin doing it or whatever. So yeah, her makeup looks bananas, and I don't know. Thank you, by the way, for giving me what Stephanie / Lady Gaga's last name is Germanotta. So let's see what else. The action was trash. Overrated. Spencer, not for me. Seen enough Diana. Yeah, I don't like Kristen Stewart. There's no need for me to say that. I mean, come on. Kristen was so good as Joan Jett. She was? Okay. Gabby, I love you so much, and that girl knows what she's talking about. Am I supposed to give her one more chance? Lucy Arnaz said they nailed the Ricardos. Who would know better? Oh my God. Yes. Venus, I do feel you, but now I'm is she getting paid to say that? Anyway, they give her as executive producer credit. She sounded nothing like Patrizia Reggiano. Messing is a dead ringer for Lucy. Javier is sexy. That is true. Javier, Penelope Cruz. Yes, honey. Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Hot, even though it's problematic because I know it's a Woody Allen film. But, I mean, I didn't see it yesterday. I saw it a long time ago, and I still know what that sexual chem is like, and that existed. So, Messing feels really left out. I know, I get it. It's almost like, but she's so public about the fact that she's so upset by this. I'm like, well, I mean, was there like contractual breakdowns? Because it almost feels like, why is it like aftermath of when it's already been casted? Was it just like given to Nicole and she accepted? I mean, at some point, projects are happening, and especially at the upper echelon of agents and managers and lawyers, everyone's talking at lunches and emails and texts and WhatsApp. It's like, who's Messing's representation that they were at the forefront to be like, and Aaron Sorkin's people's ear being like, Deborah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I'm not in the upper echelon of Hollywood, obviously, but I know enough because of what I've done that like, it isn't like she knew about it, or her agents should have known about it before like Deborah read about it in the trades. The trades being Deadline and Variety. I think Messing just expected it. Well, I mean, who also expected something? Lea Michele. Lea Michele expected that when Funny Girl would come to Broadway, that she would be the lead. And is that what happened? Is Lea Michele Fanny Brice? Nope. So, here's the thing. Acting is subjective. It's why, I mean, art is subjective. Acting and turning someone's experience from paper into melding your experience to words and creating a persona is a whole thing. Because I've taken acting classes, it's interesting to watch, because I have before, the same scene be done by different actors and actresses and have it be moving and beautiful, the same work. Like, there's, when you're like going through theater school, there's like the barrage of theater scenes in Chekhov, or even monologues that you just see over and over again, like from Chekhov scenes that you see from different plays, that you see the same Chekhov, you could see the same play over and over again. I love Chekhov, so I've seen like The Seagull done a billion times, right? Or like The Cherry Orchard, many different productions over the years. Or musicals, I've seen so many productions of Cabaret and Guys and Dolls and Godspell, just things that like, if it's around, I'll see it. I love it so much, right? I mean, I love the way that people bring nuanced performances to the same kind of role. And that's one role that's like legendary. It doesn't quite make sense for me for an actor to know that happens and then to feel like they have a right to something. I know what it's like to be like, this is mine. This is mine. I'm going to audition for this and it should be mine. I've felt that so many times. But I know that's my ego. A, because I would have gotten a bunch more roles, but also B, because there's like a billion other things happening. I'm not making the decisions, and there's money involved, and there's a director, and there's other actors, and there's producers, and there's the writers, and, like there's whatever they think of me and how I think of myself. It's just like, I know what it's like because I'm not successful. I know what it's like to like be like, well, not every role is mine, especially most roles, So it's interesting for a successful actress, one that's worked for a long time, to feel like they're owed a role or one should be theirs. Now, I'm not saying Deborah shouldn't have had I think that Deborah absolutely should have been a contender. But I'm saying, like, what happened? Did she get to audition? Did she not get to audition? Did she send a self-tape? Did her agents take Aaron Sorkin's agent to lunch and talk about it? I'm just saying there's things that happen, I don't understand. But it doesn't happen over Twitter. Anyway. Movies are business. Nicole is hot and talented property. I mean, she arguably has more box office draw than Deborah Messing. I'm not saying Deborah Messing isn't amazing. It's just a fact of life. But that can be contended with a lot of passion. But that's like that's the behind the scenes agents, manager stuff. Yeah, the fictional plot from Glee. Yeah. But then, when they're doing it, and then other girl was, cast, and everyone was like coming for Lea Michele, like she thought it was hers, Well, Lea Michele also thought that, Maria and West Side Story should be hers. Lea Michele is not. Puerto Rico, in Puerto Rican. I'm actually gonna lose battery and go soon, but I have really enjoyed this following so far. It's like a little shorter, but I hope the sound quality was good, and I know the lighting is whatever, and I know I have a mask on, but I really just wanted to give you a little cozy, a little cozy. If you haven't yet, please like this video or subscribe if you're just here. I do these on Fridays, and I will do 90 Day on Sunday. But I really enjoy just talking about the things that facilitate conversation and have a lighter fare. Because yes, as I talked about already, there's a lot of things happening in this world and today, and verdicts happening that are just a whole situation, Oh, I've talked about this, but yeah, no, I'm happy that, so yeah, wait, Chris, tell us about your thoughts about Michael and Juliana getting divorced. Yeah, I'm so happy they did. She said that he lost, his house that he bought went into foreclosure immediately. And he wasn't paying his mortgage at all. And she had to start working to make money for him and his family. And he was treating her like a second-class citizen, she said. And he agreed, kind of. And his wife, the same thing that his ex-wife said, that he would just treat her like a little assistant wife. And it's just, you can't be doing all of that. You can't be making no money, expecting your wife to bring in all the money and treat her like an assistant. And she, has given up her whole life to be here and take care of your kids. And on top of all of that, you look like that. And she looks like that. And you're old and she's young like that. She's gorgeous. And not. And you're so, what benefit is she's now doing everything. So I don't understand. Yeah, of course. Yeah, get out, get out, get out, get out. I hope she gets her, I hope she lives wherever she wants to live, But I think she's modeling now, and I hope she's dating someone that can provide for her in the way that she could. And I hope that she's more sexually attracted to him and maybe has less responsibilities. He seems crazy. Well, Messing has that sitcom and a show or two. Kim is a whole actress. I mean, both are actresses. Come on. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Both are actresses. They have done a large body of work. I loved Messing on, oh my God. What is that dumbass show about the Broadway that was on for 2 seasons about the bombshell musical? Smash. Oh, thank God, thank God. I just kept thinking shows. It's not shows, it's Smash. And a bunch of Broadway, and she went to New York University and got her master's. I love me some Deborah Messing. I also love sitcoms. She's amazing. She would have been great for that role. There's no she would have been completely different. I actually wish I could see both. That's my ultimate thing. If I could see an ultimate versus battle, talk about versus battle. And last night was Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills, and Shaka Khan, I guess, showed up a little boopity-boops, drunky drunk. I almost going to show video of that, but now I realize for some reason music doesn't always happen or sound doesn't always happen. It's I don't understand how I can really, side note, obvious tangent, be able to deliver this live stream I want to do for people, which is just show things and then comment on them. It makes me upset that I don't have all the technical abilities to do so. Moving back into that, because I'm talking about the Shaka Khan versus Stephanie Mills, which was a great one. Watch it. But if you could watch Nicole Kidman versus Deborah Messing do I Love Lucy or Ricardo's script, it'd be great. I'd be into it. Thank you so much. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so big sis energy, I'm only leaving you with, and this is really facilitating that, really taking that, tee-hee-hee, really taking this, tee-hee-hee. Happy Friday. Let's take a breath. Your girl needs it. Oh, Lord, God bless. What a week. So as we go into this weekend, I hope that you're taking care of yourself, that you're taking care of your finances, that you're taking care of your body, that you're bringing in a balance of nourishing things and pleasurable things, and that if the pleasurable things are happening, that there's a reason why you're not doing it mindlessly. Sometimes it's great to bring in pleasurable things to your system, whether it be wine and alcohol or fun foods or whatever, because they provide entertainment or comfort or as a way to let loose. I think being mindful of your consumption is a good way to deal with the overstimulation and myriad of different like consumptions one can have, from like social media to food and whatnot. So everything has a place, and I think like requires balance. And I think that those are words that say it requires balance, but the way that you get to balance is becoming mindful of your consumption of these things. In the moment, being like, how do I feel? Why am I doing this? Am I okay with why I'm doing this? Yeah. Does this feel like I shouldn't be doing this? Or am I going to feel weird later? Or am I just mindlessly doing this because I think I should? And is this not really like authentic to how I feel in the moment? Yeah, maybe. It's those check-ins with yourself. So, yeah, other than that, it's like a Boscia pore cleansing facial that I really needed. And it's dry. I mean, it's cracked. I feel like, is Charlene Sinclair still here? Only because I feel like that dinosaur. Yeah. I feel like this icon right now on my face. Oh, by the way, Chris, I started watching Superstore recently. I didn't even read this article, or I didn't read this comment. Oh, by the way, Chris, I started watching Superstore recently and was so happy to see you there. Oh, how nice. Yay. I love when I get to work. She speaks like an Italian speaking English. Tee-hee-hee. Okay. It's easier to ride passenger in your life occasionally. Yes, of course. The escapism that we get from like mindless TV or social media feeds is that like just there must be like some sort of like protection mechanism that we have to like override, of like not being present or not being mindful as like a way to not deal with pain or suffering. But in also not being present or mindful, you lose out on things and you become a little numb or a little like robotic, throughout your life. And that's not good. I think that's why like to find anything that brings you in the present moment is good. Like a lot of people are like mindful in nature, right? Like hikes or whatever, or like feeling your feet in sand, or like mindful eating, tasting things on the palate. I think I've talked about this. I'm like doing wine school right now. It's really, really fun. It's really fun because it's interesting to wine taste, because like you can't even drink it first. You're like, oh God, what is that? Okay, well, metal. Wait. Oh, green, like cucumber, celery. You're just like, you're not even tasting it. You're just like smelling things. And in the smelling things, in like the sensorial attention, you are now in the present moment. You're smelling something in the present moment. That's why when you do meditation, a lot of it also will be like either breathing or just hearing. You can really get yourself into a meditative state by closing your eyes and just paying attention to the sounds happening around you in that moment. Cars, birds, air conditionings, this fire. That was to give you a moment. Yeah, the roaring of the fire and a car passing by. That's what I hear. I also have like, I have a refrigerator in this room. Like it's a dumb, like really loud, monstrous beast of like a drink refrigerator, and it's so loud. Anyway, I saw this video on intrinsic versus intrinsic joy. It was quite interesting. Okay, great. Just popped in, and the mindfulness theme is up today. It keeps popping up. So how interesting. Well, the universe is trying to tell us all something. Like, it's so interesting because I don't think about what I'm gonna like talk about to you. And when I talk about things, I'm like, oh yeah, it's actually good for me. I have to like do that. Anyway, having rounded that conversation, Finding what will bring you into the present moment as a little trick will help, and being in the present moment is a little trick to finding balance in your life, because when you bring awareness to why you're doing things or how you're doing things or what's behind certain things, that's when true change can happen. You know, it's when we are just living in some sort of ignorance is bliss about everything that there's no change, and balance happens there too. You can't be mindful and present in everything. I can't be taking in all the information possible. I have to take care of myself in such a way, because overstimulation can happen. And I don't even know how to balance it other than just saying that I have grown into feeling that through the years in which I've been on this earth, and through conversations I've had through with my therapist and or people I feel are grounded in senses of peace, uh, or feel authentic to me, whose energy reads, when you meet someone whose energy reads a wise security about them, not that anyone's perfect, but they have a certain peace about them. I think that those are the kind of people that in conversations I found the most truth. And so, other than living years on this earth, the way to, I think, sit in this more is just to have those types of conversations. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I love you guys so much. I know it's all hard. All right, baby boos, I'm gonna leave you. But other than that, God bless. You know how it is. I really wish you the best. I really wish you a great weekend. And I'm so thankful that you have spent some time here with me on this Friday. And I hope to see you on Sunday if you can. Or, I also hope to see my little replay gang in the comments. That always makes me super happy. I just thank you. Thank you so much for all of it. Thank you so much for being here and watching and, yeah, engaging, liking this video, all of it. It means a lot to me. I really love you guys, and I hope you feel that. Okay. This is hilarious to me. Okay, so I was just able to sign in now, and I can tell our friend Chris is sharing deep wisdom, but I'm also wondering who will tell her foundation is way too light for her skin tone. I can't imagine people who just coming in just like what's happening. Yeah, this was a Boscia core pore refining mask that I just left on because like your girl was just like, I have bad skin right now and I want to like get it out. All right. I love you so much, Fenty. I love you so much, Ramsterdam, Digital Penetration, Empress. Thank you so much, everyone. Kitty Arcade, Danielle, yes, yes. Rosa, yes, yes. Gabby, yes. Charlene, yes. Venus, yes. Ania, yes. Angelica, yes. Venus, yes. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Oh, I'm sorry. You can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Chris L. Farah. You know how that life is like. If you want to do that, you're welcome to. I'm also on Venmo without an L. If you feel so inclined to drop me some sort of money, you don't have to. Truly, like your presence here just means more as a present, honey, as Kanye would say, honey. Yes, that. And of course, my private Facebook group, Vanity Farah, which is where I post before I go live. If you want a heads up, that's there. Though Facebook is just, I don't know about that. I truly hate Facebook. Moving on. Other than that, take care of yourselves and one another and stand up for what you believe and make art, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Bye, baby boos.